What's going on, collectors? Optical 20 here for another 1/6 review. This time it's not Hot Toys, it's not Enerbay, it's actually a bootleg version of the Stormtroopers. You can find them if you just do a quick search on eBay. It's called Force Toys. Yeah, I decided not to buy a legit, I guess, Stormtrooper, so to speak. So here it is, the packaging, Stormtroopers. It's not even the one of the packaging. This looks like a Sand Trooper. But in reality, what you're going to receive is just a regular Stormtrooper, that's the one that I'm looking for. It looks like this one has battle damage on it, and it seems like I don't know, it looks like they have some, like versions, and this is the version where it's just a clean version. On the back side, you can see right there, I mean, it's a bootleg version. It's still kind of expensive though, because everything runs from around $100 to $105, sometimes $120. It's a decent price compared to if you're gonna buy a Hot Toys version. Of course, you're not gonna get the same quality, but I don't really mind, because in my opinion, the Stormtroopers are, at least on my display, I'm not a hardcore Star Wars fan, so at least in my display, they're just background, for my Darth Vader. So I just need somebody to stand right next to him, and that's exactly what he's gonna do. So I don't want to spend a lot of money, because the 2-pack of the Stormtrooper from Hot Toys right now from the episode 4 is around, oh man, they're going for a lot because they're sold out. So the cheapest you would go is probably around 450 on the third party market, which is on eBay. But yeah, even the official one, it'll run you for around 350, 320 shipped, maybe 350 shipped, which I'm not willing to spend for background, I'm just not. And this is what it comes with. As you can see, gloved hands, a pair of gun holding hand, and this is kind of like the stop, I guess. It's like, don't move, they don't have force, so there you go. Decent, decent look. I'm actually quite impressed with the figure. With the amount that I paid for it. I got it for $103, but there was a promo on eBay that it came out, for me at least, for $60. They're giving away $20 if you spend 100 or more. So, and then I used 2 accounts. Yeah, there you go. So this is the blaster. It has some nice details on it. As you can see, there's some scuffing and whatnot. I can't really compare it to Hot Toys quality, as far as at least not the Trooper version. This one folds down, and there's a stock that extends. Yeah, because like I said, I don't have the Stormtrooper of Hot Toys, but this one's kind of decent, as you can see there. Yeah, just some scuffing. It looks like a real metal. You can't take this off. It's somewhat articulated, as you can see. He only comes with one. He doesn't have the small blaster. I guess this is what you would call the small blaster. I don't know. And he has this, what's it called? The thermal detonator on his back, so it just clips on. Yeah, even the Sideshow version right now runs for around, at least on eBay, the cheapest you would see is 150, 170. That's another option if you don't want to go this route, because I know some people are kind of, doesn't like the bootleg version, especially. It gets frowned upon if you go to forums and whatnot. They said don't. To me, it's just a Stormtrooper. It doesn't really. The quality, is it better? I would say not. Even though I haven't seen the Hot Toys version, and this is how it's magnetized. So you just put it down right there. But like I said, I don't mind for Stormtroopers. If they make a first order Stormtrooper, a bootleg version for around the same price, guess what? I'll buy it too. Yeah, I'm not in any way. Here you go. You just fits right in. So gets the job done. Even if you have a Luke Skywalker, I guess you can buy one of these, and you want the EX version. Although the EX version of Luke, and this one, look at this. It looks like an exact copy of the Sideshow version. There's some scratches at the bottom. It's okay. Decent looking figure for the price that you're gonna pay it for. And it's a crotch grabber. Awesome. He doesn't have the fancy base like the Hot Toys does. And for the actual figure itself, not much to say. It's a Stormtrooper, so it does have its armor, and underneath like a black uniform. And this one looks kind of funny, all the buttons, how they look, because it doesn't really look I would say it's nicely detailed, and overall, like when you see the armor, because it's white, the sometimes the scratches or some dirt are noticeable. And being a bootleg version, I'm pretty sure the company doesn't really care much. So this is being held by some, I don't know, garter or something like that at the bottom. So you can remove them as well. The articulation is quite nice. I'm surprised. Not sure if the same way with Hot Toys, because I know in the First Order they use a different inner fabric. It's kind of like rubbery. But once again, that's the First Order Stormtrooper, so the articulation is somewhat hindered. In this one, it's you know, he can move freely, to be quite honest with you. So I'm pretty pleased with that. There's some scuffing on the shoe. I'm not even oh no, that's not even a scuffing. Yeah, a little bit white there. Some of them are from the light, and obviously it's gonna be hard for me to. You're gonna see some reflections and you know whatnot because of the shininess of the armor and it being white. And here you go at the bottom, backhand side. I would say they're pretty decent. Like I said, detail-wise, I'm not the most. I'm not the best person to ask whatever the detail is on the Stormtrooper or any other figure for that matter. I don't pay too much attention to, you know, like the small little details. I just appreciate them. You know, that's why I do like collecting Hot Toys. I think they're just awesome. But as far as details is concerned, I'm not too, you know, like eagle eye on those. Like, oh, the buttons are supposed to be red, then blue. Yeah, I don't know. Looks good to me. So, there you go. This is how you put the belt on. It has a Velcro on the back. They're pretty secured as well, so it's pretty easy. And like I was mentioning earlier, if you have the Luke Skywalker, the New Hope, we call him the Farm Boy version. The exclusive edition has this belt. But the belt obviously comes with more. It has this grappling hook and whatnot. But this would work, you know, if you happen to have, then you just kind of strap it on there. There you go. Looks like a decent Stormtrooper now. But as I was saying, you know, you can just strap it on him. You know, no one would care probably. And then if for somehow, some way, Hot Toys releases, and I'm pretty sure they will release a Han Solo Stormtrooper version as well, then you can match it up with this one and the Luke Skywalker that you have. There you go. Going down right there. That's his armor, and this is his gun. You know, securely holstered. As you can see, there's the inner body. I'm not sure what. I'm pretty sure it's like a bootleg body, but it has a really tight joints. Nice articulation, like I said earlier. You can do some multiple poses with him. I don't mind buying a bunch of these, to be quite honest with you, if you want to build an army. Because if you're trying to build an army using the Hot Toys version, I mean, if you can afford it, so be it. You know, good for you. I don't. I'm not even trying to build an army. Maybe I'll buy another one just so I have two standing right next to Darth Vader. And next one we have this head sculpt. So the paint job, meh. Like I said, I haven't seen the Hot Toys version, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna do a better job on this one. It's a bit sloppy, you know, around the edges. It's okay, I suppose. You know, I'm looking at the pictures of the Hot Toys version, and I mean, there's not much you can do with a helmeted version. That's why I don't like spending money. Like say on him, Kylo Ren, they don't have a head sculpt. It's just a mask. So you're just gonna base off your, I would say, you know, the quality on a mask, which is, in my opinion, not that hard to do compared to a head sculpt. It depends on the photographer or the videographer. If you get this and then get like a NECA or something, or Nika, I don't know how you pronounce it, and then just take a photo of it and do some editing on it, then you know, you would barely know whether it's Hot Toys or not, because I mean, it's a Stormtrooper, you know. Unlike if you have an actual head sculpt, let's say of Superman, Christopher Reeves, of NECA, and then Hot Toys. I mean, I don't care how much, you know, editing you do. You'll see the difference. There you go. It's just some height comparison. As you can see, he's shorter than Darth Vader and pretty much a little bit taller than Spider-Man, which is known to be really short. At least the Andrew Garfield version. Standing right next to Vader. It looks cool. Look at that. I mean, if you stand, you might not say it's Hot Toys, but you might mistaken it for a Sideshow version, perhaps, which is not bad. And like I said, look at that. It's nice post. This is most likely the post that I'm going with him. He's gonna stand right next to Vader. And if you have another one, and the only, I guess, I hope they release more. You know, like the one with the longer like a Sand Trooper and all that stuff. I don't mind creating a Stormtrooper army if it's only that price. If I can get it for like they're supposed to be $80, and the Hot Toys version is supposed to be, I would say, $150 at most, because they don't even have a head sculpt. You know, that's my point here. And their background, they're like Chitauris. Chitauris are not. See, the Chitauris from the Avengers are. They're so expensive, they're so overpriced that stores are still trying to get rid of them in the movie after the movie came out like 3 years ago. Because you need a lot of them for them to look good. You know, you can't just have one and you have like 7 Avengers and 1 Chitauris. With Stormtroopers, you can have one depending on your display. Stand him right next to Vader. Now he's standing right next to my Kylo Ren, which is kind of weird, but it's okay. Yeah, and then you can have this pose. I kind of stole this pose from the Hot Toys promo shots. Here you go. In the typical Stormtrooper fashion, they don't aim when they shoot. They just shoot from the hips. That's why they don't hit anything. There you go. And overall, I'm pretty happy with it, especially for the price that I got it for. It does what it's supposed to do, which is stand. That's it. And then I'm just showing you how articulated he is. As you can see, you can have him kneeling down. It's just the armor is touching the ground, not really his knees. But it just shows you the range of motion as far as his legs. His arms can move freely because those armor plates move around with him. Because the legs, it's just a standard, I guess, 1/6 body, which has a lot of articulation on it. And it's not like one of those bodies you're gonna buy from eBay, which is like like the $27 ones who can't hold the pose. This one can actually hold the pose, and it's pretty tight joints. So that's why I do like it, and I hope they do more. And that's pretty much it. If you are collecting the Hot Toys Star Wars, you know it's an expensive line to be in. You know you're gonna spend a lot of money on a lot of characters. They have so many iconic characters that by the time you go to the Stormtroopers, if you want to build an army, you're pretty much broke. I mean, unless you can afford it, great, good for you. But if not, this is a good alternative. If you don't even want to tap into the Sideshow version, because Sideshow also did a Stormtrooper, which is pretty similar with a base, and it's probably a lot detailed in this one. Maybe a little bit, I don't know, but if you ask me, I'm pretty happy with this purchase. There's no promo, you can get it for like $105 on eBay shipped. So that's not a bad price at all. If you wait for a promo, sometimes eBay does this, 8x eBay bucks. So that's what I would go for. So, and yeah. So thank you for watching. Please like or subscribe this video. It really helps me out. And until the next review, thank you.